This can't be done.
Yes, it can. Just have to go deep enough.
User says Abba is so pretty. Abba literally petty.
Like, whoa.
Abba is so petty. Abba literally interviewed the woman, and this mofo asked her to name the kid Abba.
Ah!
Wow.
Yes, keep the beef going.
Keep it going.
Generationally. Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel.
Welcome back. Beep, beep,
beep. All right, so today we are here meta watching a new channel, D Chanel.
We picked this one because this is about to get real meta. We're about to watch D Chanel.
No, you
gonna watch us watch D Chanel react to Abba and Preach reacting to Fresh and Fit situation with this pregnancy.
At least 5 levels meta.
It's very meta.
And yeah, the title alone, because I saw the title just in my feed and I'm like, Fresh got fit pregnant. I'm like, is one of them named Fresh and the other one named Fit? Is that what their show is about?
Yeah, it is.
What is happening? Oh, one is Fresh and one is Fit? Like Kid and Play? Okay, yeah, so I'm like, wait, what? Men can get pregnant now? Oh, boy. All right.
Uh-oh, that's a whole different rabbit hole.
But yeah, that's where my mind went. I'm like, what does this even mean? So we're about to find out because I don't really know anything about it. You ready? Meta
Let's
watch?
do it.
Let's go.
So y'all was popping in D. Buffy reacts to this video by Alvin and Preach's title, Fresh Got Fit Pregnant. What?
Exactly.
Now he's begging her to get rid of it. Apparently there's some drama with these guys. Let's see exactly what's happening. Let's watch.
Today's topic seems that our friend Walter Weeks, Mr. Fresh Prince CEO, got his
That's his name?
pregnant, and she's keeping the baby, and she's exposing him.
His what?
Yes, our alpha male guru, whatever, red pill, knows the truth of the world, got caught up with a sex worker and got her pregnant.
Tell me who's not surprised.
You?
It's me.
You knew that was going to happen?
I mean, I just don't believe them. Was being a man myself and being like, you know, the type of person who hasn't really had issues, you know, talking to women and, you know, interacting with them, I can tell a lame when I see one.
Yeah, they give off lame vibes when it comes to interacting with women for sure.
When they posture and, you know, position themselves as if they're like, you know, they really know what they're talking about as it relates to how to deal with women and how to get girls. And it's like, I can see right through it immediately. So I'm not surprised at all. Let's see what happened.
Okay.
And now he's begging her to get rid of it. The guys were supposed to tell
you raw dogged
you not to get these whores pregnant. Got a whore pregnant. Now, can I ask you a question? Is that fresh? I'm just asking. Is that a
Fit?
Or is this the most stale ass mistake you could make in the world? All right, so her name is Daisy Fit. Okay,
This is so ironic.
That's the
jokes
Fit.
write themselves.
Really?
The irony. These gurus, like the things that they do, like it's so crazy. Just directly contradicts everything that they preach.
Exactly. But again, like, I guess maybe like, you know, younger men or I mean, young boys, young teenagers, you know, they look up to them and like, you know, get info from them or whatever. They can't tell because they're too young and haven't been, you know, out in the world. But it's like, he's obviously a lame. And is probably simping real hard. It's definitely like, you know, because they always talk about how, like, you know, they deal with these women and they don't spend any money on them. And like, I bet you we find out that he's spending mad bread on her and you know, telling her lies. Like, I would, like, they're probably going to posture it, position it as if like she's trying to trap him. But I think that he probably was just goofing off. and not practicing what he preaches at all.
Yeah.
Let's see.
/ she might be the baddest baddie he could land in real life, and maybe he wanted to trap her.
Yeah, but that, like she said, like that's like Dee said, that's the most ironic thing ever, because it's like they're talking about, you know, how, you know, they're the alpha men and how you're supposed to get, like, you know, only deal with, you know, what's it called? High value women, and because they're high value men. So, like, is that a high value woman? Like an Instagram model?
I can't believe with the sheer number of quote unquote Instagram models that they interact with on the show, how could a person with that type of career trajectory even be in his purview?
Exactly. Like listening to the dumb stuff that they say over and over and over
for
again.
hours, and they have the longest shows on the internet.
For real.
Golly, I wouldn't even go on Instagram if I was them. What's he doing on Instagram? Looking for anybody?
I mean, and even if he met her in real life, like he should be able to pick out an Instagram model with the best of them.
Right.
Because all they do is interact with Instagram models and tell them how goofy they are for their, you know, the type of things that they require from men, and like that's all they do. Yeah. And so, like, he should be able to pick out a red flag better than anybody. But he just grabbed a red flag and just like
planted it.
Right? Planted a seed in
it.
What a goofball.
Because like because that's the thing, Fresh offers pretty much nothing to the podcast, so it's almost. I was
gonna say he doesn't talk.
Yeah,
he's so quiet. So maybe he really doesn't even believe in the things they be talking about.
He just be like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna get take whatever I can get."
Yeah, that's the vibes I get. It's the other one who's like preaching.
Yeah, it's just he definitely speaks more, but I mean, he's a lame too. You could just tell.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You could just tell, for sure.
Yeah, they have the personalities of like guys who didn't get girls, so they started a podcast.
100%. 100%. And they just take every opportunity they can to dunk on these women, which, you know, the women be throwing them the alleys and they just oop it, right? Because they're definitely not like...
It's not undeserved.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The women completely deserve the type of interaction and treatment that they're getting because they're saying the dumbest stuff on earth. But for one of them to get the same type of woman pregnant is just like the irony.
And to like not act in a way that's like indicative of, you know, if they consider themselves to be high value men, then just like getting a woman pregnant without like having some things in place, that's not it.
Yeah, and they always talk about like, oh, how, you know, these modern women are not accountable.
Exactly.
But
you gotta pay child support. If I've seen any girl's Instagram and it has preaching it, I will never talk to her. It could be the baddest. It could be the second coming of Megan Good. If she got preaching to Instagram, you better get the fuck away from me. Ain't no way I'm getting no Megan Preach Good pregnant.
The internet is coming for that. It's like they came for this. Fresh got fit pregnant. Like, what?
No.
What do you mean?
No.
Does he have a uterus?
You didn't see him recently? He was talking about how did he job, and he was like,
the thing is, if you don't believe in the laws of logic and, for example, non-contradiction, or for example, 2 + 2 = 4, if you don't believe in any of that, then you can't have a conversation with anyone about anything because there's no common ground. You can never find out what truth is.
Okay, so
yeah,
creation itself, who decided 2 + 2 = 4? Man did, right?
What?
I'm just saying, on a basis, 2 + 2.
He just said,
who
we
decided
can't
that?
agree on that.
Who decided 2 plus 2 equals 4? Is
There's
that a
no
serious
reality.
question? What do you expect?
I'm asking you.
No one decided 2 plus 2 equals 4.
So how did it come about?
Yeah, I've never heard his voice. And now that he's saying this, I never heard him say anything.
What? It's an observation, not a decision.
No, that shit is funny, right?
It's so
I
crazy.
think that's why he doesn't speak as much.
Because he's
Myron is the more articulate.
There's nobody
He
who
doesn't
can
know
spell
math.
stupid person.
Basic math.
Miss Fit, the one that Fresh was, she writes,
Oh.
she sent a picture of the pregnancy test. She took 2 of them because she needed to confirm that she had Pug CEO's babies. You always told me you wanted to be
Wanted me to be.
your baby's
This was his girlfriend?
be your baby and mother.
mother. Okay. I loved you and I did everything to be a good girlfriend. Now this is happening.
Oh, they were in a
You walked
relationship.
away. I
Okay.
think I want to keep the baby. I don't want to kill alive. I want you to think carefully and take the responsibility. I'll call you shortly. Take your time. And then he says, I can't have kids.
This one
And
was
she says, take responsibility for your actions.
Oh, that's a call.
She goes, and he goes, what's
Wow.
this? She goes, read it. Blood test. Pregnancy blood test. So she got all the tests to make sure she knew.
Wow.
I know, but what does it mean? I don't understand the numbers.
Because 2 plus 2 equals 4.
You don't understand a lot of numbers.
It on the paper.
I don't understand the numbers.
It just says pregnant. And he says, it's not about that right now. It's good. It's not good. And a lot is happening, especially now business may be over. I don't want kids right now. And we spoke about it and you agreed. And she goes, I never agreed. I agreed based on your actions. Are you not educated? If you keep coming inside me, I will get pregnant.
Oh.
I don't get pregnant without your behave. Words mean nothing. Man up. I'm not saying because I want to be with you, because I don't, because you are nothing to me, but the baby is innocent. What are you saying? We're not together and won't be. Why would that be good for the kid? So she goes, why did you keep coming inside me?
I mean, because 2 and 2 is 4.
All those things happen, and yes, feelings change, but bringing kids to this world without parents' love is cruel. We both thought
Dang,
you
you're not
wouldn't
gonna
get
have
pregnant.
love for this
What?
baby.
Okay.
He said we
Aside
both
from
thought you
2
wouldn't
plus
get
2
pregnant.
Right.
4, coming inside of a woman means very possible to get her pregnant.
I
And who
didn't think
decided? Who decided that coming inside girl means
Was it a man?
baby? Who decided?
Baby.
The elders that came together.
Sperm inside ovulation, baby. Who decided? Who decided? Listen, that being said, and he goes. Also, now I'm worried. I have to test the other girls, at least 4.
Oh, wait, there's more. Let's pause it and read it. Okay. All I'm saying is you should take the responsibility for what you did. I'm a victim in this relationship, and I'm carrying your babe. You act like you don't care and you don't want nothing. Okay, so now he's talking about also now I'm worried I have to test other girls, at least 4. What does that mean? How many people is he coming
That's
in?
what you wrote. So I didn't make that up. And she says another girl, 4 girls. You were saying you have sex with 4 girls without protection?
Ugh.
I hope you have all the money for your children.
Boy, that's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yes.
He said, I have to get tests for the other girls. All 4.
He really doesn't know how
He goes,
babies
I don't have
are
money.
made.
Good luck. Look, you will see.
What?
Wait. I missed some of these messages. He doesn't know how babies are made? Well, he doesn't know 2 and 2 is 4.
What is he testing the women for? This is not Maury. Like, I need to hear more.
Fresh,
Wait,
that's
are
not
they
how
gonna
it
show?
works.
I need to see the rest of that
She filed
screenshot.
them court documents. They gonna get your bank account.
Okay. You finally admit you are a effing trash. I don't have money. Oh, he don't have money. Good luck. LOL. You will see. What? Ew, this guy's so
I hope you have all the money for your children.
Boy, that's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, I have to get tests for the other girls. All 4.
At least 4.
And he goes, I don't have money. Good luck. Look, you will see.
Oh.
Unfortunately, Fresh, that's not how it works. She filed them court documents. They gonna get your bank accounts. They gonna get your statements, and you gonna have to cough up that cash. This ain't something that you can walk your way out of. You better pray to high heaven. Because you've
And
been
it's
on the
all
hook
in
for a
his
lot.
text.
This is a story between me and Walter Weeks.
I'm curious though, does he
Podcaster
really not
known
have money?
as
That's
Pug
interesting.
CEO. Well, I met him on November 21st in Miami. I fall in love with him.
November?
Okay, this girl writes like an immigrant. We spent New Year's
Like a what?
like an immigrant.
I mean, it's like
That's
ESL,
what I was thinking of.
obviously. English is not her first
Because I
language.
saw the
sure.
WhatsApp interaction as well, so I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe she was visiting Miami and she went back to her country. That's what was given.
Accurate. We spent New Year's together, and that's the time when he asked me to be his girl and to commit to him, and he posted a video of us on social media. He said to me, I love you. I don't want you to be with other men. A few days
Seemed
later,
like
he
he
asked
would
me to
say
meet his
something like
mom.
that.
Yep.
Everything went well.
Meet his
I
mom.
showed him and his mom my respect. He defended me on his podcast from the rumors. That's the moment I truly fall in love with him. But this is where the game begins. I left Miami on January 8th. So that's like, okay, that's not even like a month and a
Traveled
half.
back to China.
Traveled back to China for Chinese New Year. The night before,
China.
we had a serious conversation. He said he sees me like someone to spend the whole life with. And I told him I was going to move to Miami for him. From then, we started a long-distance relationship for 2 months until I traveled to Barbados. I met his entire family there. Everything was so real, he's serious with me. Therefore, I'm not on birth control, and we had sexual behavior without protection. At first, everything was fine. I stayed in his apartment. We had a mutual understanding. He's not a monogamous person, that me and him both needs our own space. So I suggested him to help me rent an apartment. I want you to have the things you want as you understand me. 10 days later, a morning after we had lunch with his sister, he broke his promises. After a few days, he asked me to move out. He stopped coming home. He disappeared for 3 nights without explanation. I left my work behind in China to pursue this relationship. So I moved out, booked a flight to New York
put
City.
her
On
out the
March 30th, I had a
place?
pregnancy test, and it's positive.
She's not a U.S. citizen?
No, he's telling her to take a pill to get rid of the kid. Okay. Oh, there's audio. So the title of this is called Ling Ling Leaks Phone Call with...
Right.
So the people on Reddit, this is so
I want the baby because I don't want to put the baby. I don't want to. Nobody. I don't want to.
You're not. They just give you a pill and it's over. No, but that's what I'm saying. The pill, they just give it to you for a doctor and then you're good.
Now he knows how that works, but he don't know math.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Or what happens when it comes just sit inside.
Okay.
But he knows
This is
how
just for
the
everyone
morning
watching.
after pill.
Abortion shouldn't be something you guys take lightly. Okay. Abortion should not be some form of birth control that you guys heavily rely on.
But I mean, I wouldn't expect someone not understanding 2 + 2 = 4 to understand that. But you have to
That's
understand
foundational.
what it brings a
brain
person.
activity.
Like, just to get the pill is crazy. Like, you have to force and induce.
So who
Basically, it's
decided
not just
that?
it magically disappears.
What are you talking
No,
about?
you have
God?
to induce your body into a contraction to
The
expel.
creator of the universe?
You know what I mean? So, for your body and to induce your body to do that, the chemicals that you have to.
You know, at first I think we were kind of under the impression that this was just like some fling he had or whatnot. He was integrating her into his family.
Yeah, he
Like,
introduced her to his mom and
his entire
and
family.
then on a separate occasion to the rest of his family
in another country.
Like,
having her move from across the world to come back and like build a relationship with him and then just put her out of the apartment. Then that's when he's saying he's not into monogamy. Now after she's pregnant, he's like, oh crap, there's 4 other women, I gotta see if they're pregnant. What, bro? Like, this is these are all crazy responses. He is completely insane.
He just revealed himself as just a lame that, all real G's knew that he was, because obviously a lame.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like the theory I had that like she is the baddest baddie he could land is like looking more and more true, because like I think there's so much talk about women trapping men who they consider to be valuable men, but we don't talk enough about men trying to trap women who they think are really beautiful, or they want to have a child that looks a certain way, or like that happens all the time.
I don't think trap is the right word for that, because a man can't really trap a woman unless he physically locks her up somewhere. because it's just
Okay,
like
impregnate.
yeah, like you could try to like encourage her to be with him by getting her pregnant, but the trap connotation I don't think is really appropriate because it's not the same kind of result.
Yeah, and I guess his response to it was like, "Oh no, I don't want a baby." So, I mean, I guess he wasn't trying to do that, but he seems to not know how anything works.
He was just mad excited to clap some cheeks.
Yeah, without a condom.
But that's what losers do. It's like it's just that's lame behavior.
Yeah.
They're up in unfair circumstances and child support. All that shit's crazy. But a lot of y'all not even taking that shit into consideration when you busting inside these broads. And then you just say this shit willingly afterwards. This doesn't sit right with me. I think it's a bad way to approach it. And I also think if you want her to actually get the abortion, it's probably best not to just go nuclear and be like, because that shit's going to just cut you off. Just something to think about. What do you mean? Because if you're just like, yo, f you, then she'd be like, yo, do what I want. And then what happens? You can't even have any say. I don't know. To me, it's just like you met him November 21st. You guys are talking about having babies by January. Like, this broad is stupid. 2 months, you having babies?
Or
with a dude sleeping with a bunch of other women?
Or smart. Or she knows exactly what she's doing.
Baby trapping?
Is that smart? Because you don't know his financial situation. So I think it's very interesting that he's like, haha, you going to see I'm broke. And, I mean, of course, they still gonna come after what you do have, but she's probably thinking that she has this big come up, like, oh, he's a millionaire, he got all this money, and he's just like, I ain't got as much money as you think. So is she really smart? And I would argue that's definitely not smart, because you doing all that opens yourself up to so many like diseases and all type of shit. If you fucking other people unprotected like that, it's not smart at all.
And like to think about it, he's definitely getting bread because they get a lot of views and YouTube is paying them out.
I think they got kicked off YouTube.
Either way, they got a huge platform with a bunch of followers. They're pulling in money. But, a person that's been on their show a lot is Andrew Tate. And Andrew Tate talks a lot about how to not own anything and control everything. So he might have a trust set up or some type of entity that actually has money, but he himself in his Social Security might not have any bread at all. And so like if that is the setup, then he might not have anything, quote unquote, that is, that the government can access. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, maybe he's not as dumb as we think. Maybe the whole being dumb is just a front. He's like, what? 2 and 2 and 4?
I don't know if he's necessarily dumb. He's definitely a lame. Definitely a simp.
I don't want to put it out there, but it's either two things. Whenever I see a thing, when I see a situation like that, I see that it's either really stupid or someone thought about this whole thing.
No, I know. So, like, how are you going to deal with this? By saying, I don't want a baby? That's all?
Let's go to the doctor, I guess.
Go to the doctor, I guess.
Someone saying I love you in 2 months, I don't believe them at all. I think these are just people who are a little bit unstable, a little bit cuckoo, and then they just love bomb like crazy and say crazy stuff.
Love bomb is
so like
bringing her to another country to meet his whole family.
All right, so that's just a bit.
I think he definitely misled this lady.
Yeah, for sure, he definitely misled her. Like getting the family introduction, talking about getting her an apartment.
Right.
Like that's
like he was definitely demonstrating that he was serious about her, and then for her to kind of uproot her life, come over here, and then him to ask her to move out, that's crazy. Like,
but that's the simp behavior that I was talking about. I said that we was going to learn that he was paying for her and spending bread on her. Like he probably flew her out and got her an apartment, and these same guys are the same guys who were talking about how like that's not the stuff that they do. And they don't spend any money. Yet and still in reality, he's actually putting her up in an apartment, telling her he loves her and having unprotected sex with her. Like, what a loser.
And apparently at least 4 other people.
It's a simple behavior, simpleton. He's a simp.
You all got fit pregnant, and now he's got to deal with the consequences.
They do not like these dudes.
Yeah, they got beef.
The beef continues.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
I just find it very interesting that, they live very opposite lives to what they preach about. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, this is so goofy.
Exactly.
You getting trapped this way? Like, just move smarter. I don't understand how that's not basic common sense.
Said thirsty. Like,
I don't get it, but good luck to them all, I guess. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you're going to watch, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.
they're obviously thirst buckets, right? To even mess with that caliber of woman at all, like just an Instagram model at all, they shouldn't be messing with none of them.
Exactly.
There's plenty of women out here that aren't Instagram models.
Yeah. I would venture to say most women are not Instagram models.
Right. And so it's like to get quote unquote trapped by or get entangled with this very same type of women that they critique and criticize at all times is the goofiest thing ever. But to me, it's perfectly aligned because they're not real dudes. Like, they're not alpha men. They want to be so badly. They're not high value men. They just have a podcast and make money off of it, where they can, like, talk their mess, but they obviously don't live that life.
Very unfresh.
Loser.
Let's check out these comments. Let's see. Harry Insubaga says, I had to read the title twice because what? Yeah, it really writes itself. The jokes write themselves.
User says, Abba's so pretty. Abba literally petty.
Like, whoa.
Abba's so petty. Abba literally interviewed the woman, and this mofo asked her to name the kid Abba. Wow.
Yes, keep the beef going.
Keep it going.
Generationally. Oh my gosh. T Green 9774 says, this just proves that these podcasters don't believe anything they say, just milking incels for money. And I don't think we should put all podcasters into the same bucket, but there are definitely people who are just grifting off the manosphere, like, this is a popular topic. People are really, into these conversations. And I feel like they jumped into it at a good time. And
I think it's not like that they don't believe anything that they say. They actually don't live what they say. That's the difference.
Yeah, they might believe it, but they're not.
They're not actually the type of dude who can be selective with women or have the type of discipline to be selective with women. He's obviously a thirst bucket and was like, I just want to clap cheeks and I'm going to just be reckless because you don't seem to have that many opportunities. That's what the dude does who doesn't have that many opportunities. Like, men who have opportunities can be discerning. They can be like, you know what? Nah, I'm good.
Right.
Like, there's someone else, or there's other opportunities that I could take advantage of. There's like, but a person who moves like this, it's clear that they don't have those opportunities. He's talking about his 4 other women. I don't believe him.
And I think he just said that to hurt her.
Probably. And if there are 4 other women, they're probably the same caliber of woman. Somebody who's just as thirsty as him, but just from the female perspective, like trying to trap him or whatever.
All right, we got some comments talking about the follow-up interviews. Let's scroll down, see if we get any more info. Ohila N says, I don't care for Fresh and Fit, and it's ironic he's in this situation, but both people are responsible for making a baby, and there is no victim. I don't like how she used that word to describe herself. I honestly felt bad for the child that's going to have to grow up knowing that their daddy wanted to abort them. Yeah, I thought it was interesting that he said, children should have like love from both parents, as if he was already saying like he's not going to give any love to this child, which is It's unfortunate because it's almost as if he doesn't know how babies get made. Yeah.
Yes, the whole situation is goofy.
Beams up says it's funny how he's suddenly pro-choice when he has a kid out of wedlock.
Beam me ups.
Oh, got it. I didn't know what his stance on abortion was, but apparently he was not pro-choice until now. It's convenient.
It's just like, and that's what I'm saying is they're just lames. This is lame behavior. But I'm not surprised at all. And anybody who is surprised just is not a good judge of male character, because I could see right through them right away. This is why they're not friends of the channel, and I don't watch their program because they're obviously not real.
Not fresh, very unfresh. Let's see. That the kid 9103 says the OGs right now are asking, what part of the game is this? Also, this is a lesson to the ladies. Make sure you know who you are laying up with, because there are some really not smart, aka dumb guys out here who were the kids at glue in kindergarten. Just saying. Shrug emoji, male emoji. It's true. Like, oh man, having a baby. Totally understand that lady saying that she didn't want to kill alive. Totally get that. And that's valid, but if that's gonna be the stance to take, then she too knows how babies get made and how pregnancy happens, and you got to get to know somebody before taking that step.
She's
making that lifelong commitment.
Trying to get out of China.
Oh, well, okay, I get that too.
Wow.
There definitely seem to be nicer places to live than China.
Wow.
It looks like she already has some resources, though.
Yeah, I mean, she looked like she got her body done.
Yeah. And a Birkin bag.
Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm. Unless it's a knockoff. She is from China.
She is from China. And she does have a simp boyfriend who probably bought it for her.
Right.
Right? Like, that's what losers do. They gas women up, and then just so that they could get some. And then when they get it, they don't protect themselves. And then they want to blame the woman like it's her fault.
Yeah.
That is textbook lame simp behavior. And I fully expected it from him. 100%. But yeah, this was a very meta episode.
Yeah, thank you, D Chanel.
You want to give that a thumbs up.
Ding. And yeah, check out D Chanel's videos, give him a thumbs up, and while you're at it, give us a like, a subscribe, and a share so we can get more meta, more better. It's the Meta Watch Party. Doom, doom, doom.
Is she a man? Why she look like that?
That's why I was like, is that why they're calling him fit?
She looks terrible. She looks gross. Is that a real image?
I don't know. I want to see her Instagram.
Daisy Fit. I think they said it was.
Mm-hmm.
Ew. Looks horrible.
Oh, Anton says woman accused Walter from Fresh and Fit of getting pregnant is a liar.
No, that's probably what Fresh said. He just used it as like clickbait.